This video will be a brief introduction to basic keyword searching in CINAHL. CINAHL is an essential database in nursing and allied health and indexes journals, book chapters, dissertations, and even some conference proceedings and standards of practice. The best way to access CINAHL is through the Biomedical Library homepage. Just remember that you'll need to log in with your J number and password when you're off campus. Once you're at the search page, you'll see ways to limit your results underneath the search boxes. Avoid clicking the full text limiter. There's usually a way to get the full text from another database or even from another library, so you don't want to leave citations out of your search. You can also set the date range for your articles here, and if you need peer-reviewed articles, you can check this box. You'll see that there's a box for evidence-based practice. This limiter actually brings up articles about evidence-based practice and commentaries on research studies, as well as articles from evidence-based practice journals and research articles. It's actually better to limit the types of studies that you need individually through publication type. You can select more than one publication type on a PC by holding down the Control key or by holding down the Command key on a Mac. You'll also see that there are some limiters related to nurse authors if you need those. You don't want to select too many limiters starting out because it will limit your results too much, and it's more difficult to broaden a narrow search than to narrow a broad search. So for this search, I'm going to search for compassion fatigue and end-of-life care. And notice that I'm putting the quotation marks around both of these phrases because I want these words found in this order together in my search results. When I click search, this only brings up 14 results. Most likely this means I need to add in some alternate terms with the OR operator. Many times you can search through the articles that you did bring up to see what other terms they're using. So I'm going to add in burnout with compassion fatigue, so that means compassion fatigue or burnout can show up in my article record. And then I'm going to add in some other terms that are related to end-of-life care or may mean the same thing as end-of-life care to see if those terms have been used in articles instead of end-of-life care. Okay, now I have 369 articles. So I can start to look through these and add more keywords if I need to, or put in more alternate terms if I need to. On the left-hand side, you'll see there are ways to limit your results. So if there are limiters you didn't choose on the first page, you can do that now. So you can still change your date range. You can limit just to academic journals so that you don't bring up things like dissertations or book chapters. If you want to see all the limiters that were on that first page, just click on Show More and a box will pop up with all of those limiters. You'll also see that there are ways to limit by place of publication or by language if you're bringing up a lot of articles that are in a language that you can't read. You can also limit the articles by the major subject heading. When you click on the title of an article, that's going to give you the full record for that article. So that's going to give you information about the authors, it'll give you information about the publication, and the source is the journal that this has been published in. So typically you can click on that source and get more information about it, so it will verify that it's peer-reviewed if you need to do that. You'll also see an abstract or a summary of the article, and it will have your search words bold. You'll also see major subjects and minor subjects. So these help describe the article, but they also function sort of like tags on Instagram or Twitter, meaning that they'll bring up any other article that's been tagged with that subject if you click on it. And then you can add in more keywords to do another search. On the left, you'll usually see a link to full text, a PDF or HTML full text, or it may say Find Full Text. Find Full Text searches through all of our other resources to try to find the article or it gives you the option to use interlibrary loan to request that article from another library. On the right hand side, you'll see that you have options to print, to email, to save the article. There's also a cite button, but be careful with this. It can put all the elements of your citation in the correct order, but it can't change things like capitalization, or sometimes it may have wrong punctuation. So you always need to be able to double check this in your APA handbook. You'll also see there's a link called a permalink, and this will give you a link that will always take you back to this article. If you just select the URL that's at the top of the page, it will take you back to EBSCOhost, but it won't take you back to this exact article. So sending yourself that permalink or sending your instructor that permalink will take them right back here. These are the basics of keyword searching in CINAHL. If you need more help, remember that you can use Ask a Librarian on the biomedical library page, or if you look in the directory, you can find my contact information and email me or call me or stop by the library.